I'm the Reverend Julia Hamilton, serving the congregation out here in California at the Unitarian Society of Santa Barbara. And we are 1,923 miles from you. And the fastest way is probably on the I-10 East, which covers most of the distance to Baton Rouge from here. And so these blessings that we are sending you, if they hit the road right now, they should probably arrive in Baton Rouge just in time for Sunday morning. So may you receive these blessings of peace and respite, and may you know that you are not alone.
Hello to the UU Congregation of Baton Rouge. My name is Reverend Justine Sullivan. I am coming to you live from Brunswick, Maine, where I serve as interim minister, and I am a friend of your minister, Nathan. And he asked us, ministers that he knows, if we would send you a blessing.
Eileen Wiviat, the minister at the Unitarian Church of Evanston, Illinois.
This is the Reverend Marcia Stannard from the Unitarian Universalist Congregation at Willamette Falls in Oregon City, Oregon.
Good morning, Baton Rouge. I'm Reverend Howard Dana. I'm Senior Minister at First Parish in Concord, Massachusetts.
And I'm Liz Weber. I'm the Minister for Pastoral Care here.
Good morning, friends. My name is Jamie Dingus, and I'm the Settled Minister of the UU Church in Huntsville, Alabama.
My name is Reverend Heather Ryan Starr, and I serve in Southern Delaware, coastal Delaware.
I am the Reverend Joe Von Roo, coming to you from May Memorial UU Society, which resides on the ancestral lands of the Onondaga and Haudenosaunee people in a city now called Syracuse, New York.
I'm Reverend Florence Kaplow. I serve the Unitarian Universalist Church of Urbana-Champaign in Illinois.
I'm Elizabeth Buki. I'm the minister of our Unitarian Universalist Church in Jamaica Plain in Boston.
Greetings, beloveds, from the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix.
Hello, friends. My name is Julica Herman de la Fuente. I serve as the Director of Liberation and Transformation Ministries at the First Universalist Church of Minneapolis.
I'm the Reverend Oscar Sinclair. I serve the Unitarian Church of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Hey, I'm Reverend Dr. Kate Walker here at the First Unitarian Church of Pittsburgh.
I'm Erica Shadowsong, Lifespan Director of Religious Education, also here at the First Unitarian Church of Pittsburgh.
I'm the Reverend Erin Walter, your neighbor in Texas, sending so much love as the affiliated community minister of Wildflower Church.
I'm the Reverend Kimberly Divas, a community minister based in Tacoma Park, Maryland.
My name is Laura Randall, and I'm a minister on staff at UUSC.
I'm Reverend Crystal Zarfas from Kennewick, Washington.
I'm the Reverend Pam Phillips, and I serve the Unitarian Universalist Congregation in Blacksburg, Virginia.
I am the Reverend Jan Taddeo, currently serving our faith as the minister of our congregation in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
My name is Reverend Alice King. I'm with the Unitarian Universalist Church of Loudon in Leesburg, Virginia.
We are coming to you from the Unitarian Universalist Church of Arlington, Virginia. I'm the Reverend Amanda Poppy.
I'm Rev Carol Thomas Sissel, Rev CTC.
Sending some UU love and blessings to you.
We're thinking about you here in Berkeley, California.
Stay safe and well.
I'm the Reverend Sherry Halliday Kwan.
And I'm Reverend A.J. Van Tyne, and we serve the First Unitarian Church of Rochester, New York.
I'm the Reverend Tiffany Sapp, and I'm at Holston Valley Unitarian Universalist Church in Gray, Tennessee.
I'm Reverend Derek Cherry, serving the First Universalist Society in Franklin, Massachusetts.
I'm the Reverend Sierra Marie Gerfeo. I have a ministry of public theology in New Haven, Connecticut.
I'm Reverend Laura Shinham, chaplain resident in California.
Hello, I'm Reverend Jennifer Kelleher, and I'm one of the ministers who serve the UU congregation of Princeton, New Jersey.
Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Baton Rouge's worship service, housed here at First Unitarian Church of Dallas. That's where I got stuck evacuating to, and they were very generous to let us use their space. This is their sanctuary. So, my name is Nathan. I'm your senior minister. I'm pleased to welcome you today. All of our staff are okay. They're in various spots, from Florida to Texas. Some have power, some do not. If you are struggling with something or going through something right now with the storm or in life, please let us know. Specifically as it relates to storm recovery, email Allison. You can use the office email address. She also doesn't have power as of when I'm recording this, but she's checking periodically. Let us know how we can be supportive of you. And if you have ways to help, let us know that as well. We got one great service planned for you today, whenever you get to see it. Glad you're with us.
Good morning. I will let others wrestle with the deep theological implications of all of this. In the words of one of the stories I'm sending out this month to our families, The Umbrella Sanctuary, I don't know why all of this is happening, but I know I can share my sanctuary with you. I hope that you have all you need and a safe place to be. Reach out to your church community if you have needs that we can help with. Remember that you are not alone. Together, we will weather this. Take care of each other and take care of yourselves. And I am holding hope for health and safety for all of us.
We have a ritual here in this church where we place stones in the chalice bowl for whatever is going on in your life. This chalice, with your chalices at home, I invite you to say, with hope to make this a better world, we light this flame. Its light is a symbol of the power of love.
From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of hope and faith arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung, through every land, by every tongue.
Welcome to part one of this, sermon. So we were originally going to call this Make Us Aware. We're going to do a whole month based on this one song that starts with the phrase, Make Us Aware, that we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. We're still going to do that, but first we got to get power. So first, the status of the church. Church is in good hands. We lost power for like 3 or 4 days, but the roof is fine because we got a roof replaced. Also, other than the vast majority of this church losing power, I haven't heard of anyone who flooded or did particularly bad right now. So I want you to know about that. So we decided rather than risk doing a live service, we'd record everything beforehand and set it to premiere. It's not my preference, it's not the staff's preference, but we just thought it would be safer. And what if we show up at the church and the power goes back out or something? So this week it's set to premiere. I recorded all the liturgy. Kathy snuck into the church when there's no power and recorded some of the elements you'll see. And I evacuated to Dallas, and First Church Dallas allowed us to use their sanctuary to record some of the elements. Except they were doing some construction during the recording. So it led to a lot of things like this. May you know that you are loved and holy, and whatever we are going through as a congregation, you are not going through this alone. Whatever we're going through as a congregation, you are not going. Also today in this service, you're going to see a lot of other ministers. So I put out a request to colleagues all over the country, and I just said, look, we are exhausted. COVID cases were through the roof. We were starting to come down. I thought we'd maybe open in a couple of weeks based on the COVID cases. We'll find out. We have to wait 2 weeks to find out where we are with the cases because no one's testing right now. But we're already exhausted from having the highest COVID rates in the world. Poor Lake Charles is still recovering from Hurricane Laura. And what we went through was just exhausting. So if you could just send us a blessing saying you're with us. And so many did, I couldn't include them all. But that's what we're doing today.
Reverend Eric Posa here. Hello, UCBR. And it is good for us to worship together, even when we're doing so from places far more far-flung than we even have been the last year and a half. I'm coming to you from the home of friends in the Dallas-Fort Worth suburbs who have been gracious enough to open up their homes to me and to my spouse. One is a geologist, thus the poster of fossils you see behind me. There has been so much that so many of us have faced. These are times that, though this may sound like a ministerial exaggeration, times that test our faith, times that show us the challenges we face in our lives in the most plain way possible, in ways that make it uncomfortable, perhaps difficult, for us to rely on that which is most deeply true for us. And yet, for all of our differences of belief in our congregation, we are people who know that our values are of deep and ultimate import in our lives. And we live our lives most authentically when we're living them in consort with those values, when we're actually embodying in our actions what it is that is valuable for us. As I'm focused in so many ways on the logistics and the details of when's the power going to be back on in our apartment complex, and what do we need to do when we return, will we be able to get groceries to replace what we lost, so on and so forth. I'm reminded that deeper than all of those concerns is the value of my fellow human beings who are facing similar challenges in some cases, and in other cases far harder challenges than I am right now. And being open to the call when it arises to be in relationship with those around me, to be of service to those with whom I am in relation with those who are my neighbors. I'm hoping for opportunities to live that out. I know that there'll be some to live it out in the way that I most authentically can. And I hope that many of us, even as we acknowledge our own struggles, will find enough resilience, enough support so that we too can do likewise. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care.
Winds be still, storm clouds pass and a silence come. Peace grace this time with harmony. Fly, bird of hope, and shine, light of love, and in a calm let all find tranquility. Bird, fly high, lift our gates towards distant view, help us to sense life's mystery. Fly high and far, and lead us each to see how we move through the winds of eternity. Light shine in, illuminate our inward view, help us to see with clarity. Shine bright and true, so we may join our songs in new sounds that become full symphony.
Gentle greetings to you, beloved Unitarian Universalists of Baton Rouge, of New Orleans, of all over Louisiana and Mississippi, and into the diaspora of evacuation.
We, the board of the Unitarian Universalist Ministers Association, are holding you in our hearts,
in our thoughts, and in our prayers.
Amidst the confluence of anniversaries of horrible storms and now Ida's havoc.
Amidst the heartbreak and fear,
in the trauma and the sorrow,
the tragedy of loss upon loss.
Send you our blessings of love,
of care and compassion,
of strength and courage.
You are not alone. You are held in a love that will not let go, will not let you go as you grieve and rage and as you pick up the pieces and rebuild. Amen.
Ashe.
Ashe, and blessed be.
Blessed be.
Beloveds, I'm the Reverend Dr. Sofia Betancourt. I am recording this message of love from my office at Drew's Theological School in Madison, New Jersey. Please know that our love surrounds you, that we are with you in these difficult times, and that we will be there for repair, for relationship, for community, for love. My heart is with you all. There's a love surrounding you, present in you, holding you. May you know this love. May you know it in your being. May you know it in your community, in the care that you give to each other. When all else seems to be lost, know this love is there.
Everyone who's struggling through difficult days in Louisiana and throughout the Gulf Coast. We're holding you in spiritual care, in heart and mind, in prayer. We're with you as you find your way.
I pray for the spirit of love to be among you, for you to know that you are held in that love, that we are connected across the distance.
We are sending you so much love right now. I hope that in this time of uncertainty and trauma, when you are feeling exhausted and raw, that you will feel some of this love we are sending and know that you are being held by a community that extends around the world and across the ages. We are with you.
And so I pray for your safety. And most of all, I pray that you know that you are not alone. You are held in love.
I am sending blessings and healing thoughts to all of you.
Our hearts are with you in this terrifying and heart-wrenching time. We love you, and we are with you. Blessings.
And I offer you my blessings. I want you to know that you are being held in many, many, many people's hearts, that we are with you, that we hope for easy and speedy recovery for you and your communities. You are not alone.
We are with you and praying for your health and well-being and safety.
We might be far away, but we see you. We witness to all that you are going through in the long road to recovery.
We love you, and we're holding you and everyone in the wake of Hurricane Ida in our hearts.
Sending you care, compassion, wishing you well, wishing you safe, wishing you to know how deeply you are loved.
We're sending you our love and care on behalf of us and our whole congregation, thinking of you and holding you in our hearts.
This is tricky. When I first wrote this part, I didn't have power. Right now, I do have power. And the emotional difference in me versus when I wrote it, not knowing when I would get power versus now is disorienting. It is easy for me to forget how exhausted I was, how worried I was, and how infuriated I was. I'm sure it's the same for you. Please do not forget that what we watched, a storm coming through and slowly ripping our state apart, the uncertainty all of us had to live with, Those are real. And even if you're okay now, doesn't mean that what you went through wasn't painful and worth remembering. Lake Charles went through this last year and the surrounding areas twice, but we're not talking about them very much. You know, it also got me thinking. I heard about a family that tried to leave Grand Isle, but the floodgates closed before they could get out. And, you know, they had to send in rescue crews to get them. And it connected me to the vaccines, which is a weird connection. But I know a bunch of people here who didn't leave. And I know other people who said, well, they were stupid, they should have left. Or, you know, we have all the explanations why they don't. You know, it's expensive to leave, it's inconvenient, it's scary. You've been through this before, and it's not been bad before, so why leave? But we've always extended grace to people who've made choices for themselves that extended resources and put people, not just those who made the choice, but put other people at risk. And COVID's still here. And I'm still struggling with people who are avoidant of the vaccines. And yet, why do I extend grace to the people who won't evacuate? But I will not extend grace to those who will not get the vaccine. That's some work that I need to do. Maybe we as a church need to do. The other thing that's kind of gotten lost in this is your intern. So this is needlessly complicated, but we'll do it anyway. Our intern, Leslie Runnels, is here for 2 years. The first year, she was a ministerial intern, right? An intern with an adjective of ministerial. This year, she is our intern minister. We are transitioning her into being one of your 3 ministers, but she's an intern studying. This is supposed to be her first Sunday. Most of the staff is evacuated. She had to evacuate. So she's here now as one of your ministers. Call on her like you would on us.
Hello, dear ones. I'm back. Well, kind of. Just want to send you deep love as we figure out how to deal with what's come up this week. We have the resources, we have the spiritual practices, we have beloved community, we have all the things that we need to move through this. As painful and frustrating and tiresome as it is, we can do this. I was able to evacuate with my 4 cats to Jackson, Mississippi, where I was for a few days. I had to sneak my cats into the hotel because pet friendly doesn't necessarily mean cat friendly, as I found out. And I went back to New Orleans and cleaned out a bunch of refrigerators and grabbed some more supplies and my cats. And we have moved to Florida for the month of September, as I will need power in order to attend school and to continue with my internship with you all. So I lucked out, and I didn't even know where in Florida I was going to be. And people kept asking me, where in Florida, where in Florida? And I looked, and I'm actually in Santa Rosa Island, which is very close to the beach and very close to the bay. And that's just a little bit fortunate to give me a little bit of beauty at a time when things are just so crazy. So I have many blessings of gratitude for that in my life right now. And I hope that as each of you get the power turned back on in your areas, and maybe it's already back on by Sunday. I don't know. This is Thursday, so we will see. But sending you deep love, deep respect, and I'm so happy to be back with you. I have missed y'all, even though I only see you through this weird way, but I care about you, and I'm happy to be back with you.
Hello, friends and partners in Baton Rouge and all across Louisiana. You have been much on our hearts and minds during this time.
I am holding you and your families in tender care. These days are messy and exhausting to body and spirit. We are with you, and we love you.
The feeling I'm holding for you right now is love. So much love.
What I want for you is that you receive all the resources that you need to recover from this storm, physical, emotional, and spiritual, and that you feel surrounded by love.
One thing I know that is true about your church there in Baton Rouge is you take care of each other fiercely. And I wish you all of the energy and the care and the knowledge that you're not alone.
What I want for you is peace, love, friendship, grounding, and hope.
In this time, I hope you feel in your bones, in your blood, our faith's affirmation that we are all in this together, all interconnected, that you are not alone.
From your partners
at Foothills Unitarian Church
in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Amen.
Amen.
Dear friends, surely you feel how much love is beaming your way. Surely you know, in the words of Rebecca Parker, that there is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love. My name is Reverend Vale Weller, and I am the Congregational Giving Director for your Unitarian Universalist Association. I get to bring you a note of care from all of the congregations across our association who are with you in a web of mutual trust and support. My work involves the annual program fund, which is the concrete expression of the connections that bind us. The covenant that we exist within holds you now. The covenant that we exist within as an association of congregations holds you now. You are being prayed for and cared for by people in congregations all across RUUA, people in places that you will never see, congregations that you will never visit, because we are bound together. May the reminder of this web strengthen you, and may you feel the love of all things holy companioning you through this time. Amen.
So this whole month we're sharing our offering whenever you see this. And I actually could not find a better organization right now to have shared our offering. I've known this organization since I was in college, the Louisiana Environmental Action Network. If there's ever been a time to advocate for this church supporting environmental action, it is right now. So I'll ask you to give very generously whenever you can. We're going to split everything you give us unless you tell us explicitly it's for the for your operating pledge. But we'll ask you to give very generously now as this morning's offering is given and received.
Dear friends in South Louisiana, I'm the Reverend Monica Dobbins sending you this message from far away in Salt Lake City. My spouse's family is from Lafayette, and so my family, as well as our church community, have been praying with you all week, watching the weather helplessly, hoping that the storm would pass over and all would be well. Our hearts break for all those in your community who have lost lives and property, those who have hunkered down, and those who have evacuated, for all whose memories of Katrina and Isaac and all the forgotten storms have been reactivated, for those who must weather the storms while also weathering COVID and waiting for the lights to come back on and managing all the little storms of life at the same time. We are praying for you. We're praying without ceasing for you. May you be well.
Hello, Unitarian Universalists in and around Baton Rouge. I'm Erica Hewitt, she, her, hers, and I serve your Unitarian Universalist Association. My blessing for you is that you be gentle with your process of moving through fear and healing. And as someone who became a Unitarian Universalist because of our congregation in New Orleans, your sibling congregation, may you know that your presence in the world and in Louisiana is very important and that it can change lives. May you know your inherent wholeness, and may you know how much all of us love you.
Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sob sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more.
Beloveds, I am Reverend Marta Valentin, and I am the Professional Development Director at the UUA now. Some of you know that I was at First UU New Orleans in my first call when Katrina and its aftermath took place. And although no one can ever know how another feels, I have an inkling. I'm well aware that this is just the beginning of so many feelings, so many changes, emotions that at times might feel over the top or underwhelmed depending on the circumstances. 16 years ago, you welcomed me into your sanctuary to worship with you. You were all so wonderful then, and I know that wonderfulness DNA still exists among you, even as exhausted you pick up again from this and all that preceded this day. May you remember that you are stronger when you are together, even virtually. May you remember that when you choose love over and again, your heart muscle grows beyond your individual bodies into a mighty communal beat whose sound continues. May you remember that there is no right way to fix this situation, only possibilities. And as hard as it is to believe right now, give yourself to giving, and you'll find that the things that matter will return. Many, many blessings on your journey ahead, and much love.
So I was looking for music for this service, and almost everything I could think of, everything I felt was like these sad deep dives, and I don't think y'all need that for today. You need to kind of go lift it up. So I picked music that I thought would really, really work. Down by the Riverside to start, and Saints that you're going to sing in a minute. And you know, the choir's wearing Mardi Gras beads in it, which is actually maybe appropriate, right? Like, Mardi Gras doesn't exist without Lent. It doesn't exist without all of the challenges and difficulty of living down here. You know, when people move here, I tell them to take, ignoring pre-COVID times. I'm sure it'll be back to that. But I tell them it takes about 2 years to kind of get through a lot of the sadness, to really start to see the good stuff. And there's a lot of good stuff here. So we are, today is a celebration. It's a celebration of who we are. The fact that I feel more comfortable coming back because the people on my street take care of each other, right? I mean, I know there's all the stuff with Louisiana, but this congregation takes care of each other, takes care of the larger world. This may be the state that CARE forgot, but we've made up for it. So one of the messages that I got that I want to close on today is from a former member of this church. So I'll just read her words. These will be our closing words. She says, "Greetings from far away and long ago. My heart sank as I saw once again the incredible devastation from a hurricane in the place I used to call home. Louisiana has a way of growing deep into your heart, and it hurts to see once again so much beauty destroyed, both live oaks and live communities. How much can a people take?" This is now me. There was a colleague of mine that reached out, and she was saying, she's from here, and she said, "I don't know how much longer the people here can take it." And I did not hear one person talk about, I mean, I'm sure some did, but talk about leaving. Like, that's not even in the conversation collectively. Anyway, she continues, "Winds, flood, and COVID, you must be exhausted. So I wanted to tell you one important thing. It matters greatly that this congregation and other Unitarian Universalist congregation here in the deep, swampy South exists. This church was where I found my religious home. This church was where Steve performed the marriage of Bruce Broussard and me. And it was from here that I went off with your blessing to study for the ministry. Because of this church, I became a better person. It was and still is an example of how we can live together in one beloved community, not despite, but because of our differences. It is a beacon of hope for a better world. It is a place where you can be your whole self. We celebrate the worth of every person. At our best, it is a safe place to be and to speak and craft a faith that will sustain you. In a world so divided and condemning of differences, this church will welcome you. No small feat in southern Louisiana. I owe you a great debt of gratitude. I owe a great debt of gratitude to this congregation. It matters more than you realize that you are still here. I send you love and blessings. Reverend Lona Jensen Broussard. Go make it through this week. The closing song is all about Armageddon, which, I don't know, I think what we're going through is pretty damn close. And we can still sing and celebrate. We're going to make it through this. There's some theology on Armageddon that we can discuss later, where it's not actually the end times, but we're going to make it through this together. We'll see each other real soon. Amen.
I offer you, my siblings in southern Louisiana, the blessing of kindness. In the midst of the aftermath of Hurricane Ida, may you notice the kindness of others, and may you also notice the kindness that springs up from you.
We send you strength and healing, compassion and resilience. Take such good care of each other, all my love.
What's the same is that we send our love, our care, our connections as you use. We surround you with all of our energy.
May you be blessed with the capacity to hold on to what you need to, and the self-love to drop the rest.
Our thoughts and prayers are with you, and that may feel a bit overused, but we are thinking of you and we are praying for you and hoping for the best for you.
Thinking about you this morning, and as the rains subside, we'll be holding you in our prayers.
You are not alone, and we are here if you need us.
Unitarian Universalists in Baton Rouge, we want you to know that you are not alone. We are holding you in our hearts, in our prayers, and we know you have the resilience, the strength, and the deep faith to get through yet another challenging time. We are holding you, and sending our love.
The best words of love I can give to you is to remind you that you are not alone. My beloveds, we are all connected to one another and to the spirit of life and love. May this part of your journey, however muddy and rough, be filled with grace and miracles, always miracles.
Unitarian Universalists all across the country and around the world are thinking about you.
Take courage, friends. The way is often hard, the path is never clear, and the stakes are very high. Take courage, for deep down there is another truth. You are not alone. Go in peace. Go in love. Amen.
Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in, oh, when the trumpet sounds its
Okay, Nathan, that's us. Edit it here. We didn't put an ending because you're going to cut this and do something with it. We love you.
Thinking about you.
Bye.